Those times when you don't feel like working, you're too tired, you don't want to push yourself, but you do it anyway. That is actually the dream. That's the dream. It's not the destination, it's the journey. If you guys can understand that, then what you'll see happen is that your dreams won't come true. Something greater will.
Yo, it's your boy back at it again with another video. Here today to talk about One Piece. We're going to be ranking the Straw Hats based on their strength. So first things first, we're going to start off with the man himself.
The captain.
Monkey D. Luffy. And where else is he going to go other than S tier?
You already know.
You already know. Gear 4, Snake Man, Bound Man, Tank Man, level 2 Observation Hockey, higher levels of Armament Hockey. He can do it all compared to the rest of the crew at this point. He's gonna come up. First mate, right hand, the man, the myth, the legend, Roronoa Zoro at S tier. For all you Sanji fanboys, let me explain why he's in S tier. Enma is a power up. We still haven't seen this man sweat in the new world.
Ashura is unused.
Ashura hasn't been used, or Indra, whatever you subscribe to. We haven't seen Zoro use his power full out. Held his own against Fuji. Can hold his own against any commander, admiral, whatever it is, whether you think they're stronger or not. And his goal, his ambition, is to become the strongest swordsman in the world, which is going to drive him to become top tier alongside Luffy, end of series.
Another big factor is this man has let alone to be pushed, tested even a little bit in the new world.
Yes, sir. Next person, no order, but in A tier, we're going to put my boy, Jinbei, the most honorable man. the most... My boy's a Sanji fanboy, so he cheats right now. But shout out Jinbei, the most honorable man in the series. Ned Stark vibes. Did the most for Luffy when he was stronger than him pre-time skip, just out of respect for Ace. Kept his word at Fisherman Island, kept his word at Whole Cake. Said, why would I be scared of a mere Yonko when I'm going to be following the future Pirate King? Even post-time skip at Fisherman Island, he was relative to a Gear 2 Luffy. Luffy needs Gear 4 to defeat him. And I will put him safely at A tier. You can argue where he stands between Zoro and Sanji, but I would say by the end of Wano, Zoro is definitively stronger than him, along with Sanji. And I would put, leading to my next guy, Vin Smoke Sanji in A tier as well. Raidsu, no Raidsu, he's relative, he's there. He was and maybe still is a part of the Monster Trio. For all the hate I give him, he is still a top 3-4 candidate in the Straw Hat crew.
Now, arguments for against Sanji. I do agree that Sanji hasn't exactly had the best showing post-time skip. That's undeniable. However, in terms of strength, regardless of experience, Jinbei has him beat. Regardless of anything, Jinbei will always have him beat.
Yeah.
Before the raid suit gets active.
He's even arguably a better strategist, and Sanji is the strategist of the crew. But they're both up there. But this is the thing. Jinbei, like, depending on how Oda wants to move forward with the story, he can keep the original Monster Trio intact. And that's why some people theorize it was too early for him to join at Fishman Island, and he waited till Wano, the end of the Super Saga, the climax of the Super Saga. You can also argue that Luffy is now establishing himself as a Yonko, and these three are his commanders. But the thing is, Luffy and Zoro have that rival first mate relationship, like a Shanks, Ben Beckman, Roger Rayleigh, not like that Yonko parental child relationship of a Whitebeard Marco, Big Mom, Katakuri, Kaido King. But the thing is, with Sanji, the reason why I'll always have him under Zoro specifically, and obviously Luffy, and this is no diss to him, but it's that Sanji's dream is to find all Bulu.
His dream is
and
not strength related.
It's not strength related.
Yeah.
Whereas Zoro's ambition is to become the world's strongest swordsman and therefore surpass Mihawk, who is relative to a Yonko. But another reason that's like a base reason why everyone uses it, but like another reason is fundamentally Sanji's first and foremost job in the crew is cook. Yeah. Zoro's first and foremost job in the crew is fighter. So if Sanji was ever stronger than Zoro at any point in the story, it would devalue Zoro's contribution and role in the crew and not make him useless, but Oda would never do something like that. We see Oda as favorites. Oda always gasses Zoro over Sanji, always gasses Nami over Robin. So we have to take that face value. Maybe he's saving them for something. But as of right now, That's how I would rank those four.
I will say this though. This is with the big asterisk of Wano is still in progress, and we have not seen Sanji have his raid suit shown to its full capabilities. I'm not seeing the raid suit with Diablo. I'm not seeing raid suit with his hockey.
None of these guys have had their main fights yet. We saw Reitsu Sanji wash at Tobiropo. Probably the weakest because he's the youngest.
I think Jimmy could do
but
the same.
Exactly. That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. Here's bringing it back to what you were saying earlier, comparing Luffy, Zoro, Sanji with their goals, dreams, etc. Luffy and Zoro, because of their ambition, are always going to be the top two.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I will agree that
Jinbei's ambition is different because he just wants equality for fishmen and humans. So
Sanji,
he's just been a captain himself. You know, he's a seasoned vet. That's the thing. For now. Yeah. I can see Sanji surpassing him too because Sanji's probably going to have to fight an Admiral end of series. We don't know if Jinbei's going to do that. So we'll see, right? Moving on, I think we can all safely put one of my favorite characters and one of the more underrated Straw Hats. Frankie, Cuddy Flam, in B tier. To be fair, he did knock down a steel door that Sanji couldn't in Punk Hazard, but outside the Monster Trio plus Jinbei, he's the strongest non-monster in the crew. Everyone would say that in terms of raw power, Frankie Shogun, whatever.
By a fair margin as well, I would say. Yeah,
Brooks the MVP of the whole Kick Island arc. He's the adult trio. I'm gonna just throw Robin in there right now too. They're all mid-tier in the crew. They're all very respectable in their own right.
And they all need hockey.
They're all hard-body enough that they've never been a liability to Luffy. No. Like we'll get into the weak trio, but they're not strong enough to carry you to the promised land either. No. They're great role players, support players, whatever you want to say. Even the weaker ones are great support. They're even more support. These ones can handle their own one-on-ones. But like realistically, like hockey, all the Straw Hats need hockey by the time of the final war, endgame, end of series, because even by their one-on-one matchups with Blackbeard Pirates, even like random New World captains have hockey. So these guys have to get hockey end of series. I'm gonna put. We all know like the dynamics in the crew have been the weak trio, the adult / male trio, the monster trio, etc. But Monster Point Chopper is definitively stronger than Usopp and Nami, and technically you can argue over the middle trio, but we'll put him in C tier overall. He is still a youth, and sometimes he acts his age, and it takes him a lot to get going. But when Chopper fights, a lot of people like Chopper doesn't have that great portrayal post time skip yet, but when the going gets tough, he can trade blows with a fair amount of mans. And then we have the two weakest in the crew, who are still pretty respectable post time skip. Yeah, like Nami with Zeus, you can argue as commander level attack potency, but her defensive durability is one hit by any commander. She's getting washed. Same with Usopp. Usopp's gonna be on the come up. We know Elbaf. We know in his prime he's gonna be a brave warrior to see. Yeah, observation. And in my estimation, Luffy, Zoro, and Usopp will be the only ones to get King's Hockey in the crew. I'll save that for another video. But they're still respectable enough that we'll see if they can handle Tobiropo 2-on-2. Even in Sabori, they probably could have handled a Pacifista, which the P-time skip crew struggled to do. So they're still respectable, but they're just by far the weakest in the crew. Like Oda always said, Usopp, he's so way stronger than us. But it was always to show you how a regular human will rationalize the situations that they're in, to give you perspective of the magnitude of the adventure and the journey that the Straw Hats are going through.
Usopp's a very versatile fighter.
Yeah, and then
he produces a lot more than just.
Yeah, exactly. And then technically Usopp's role is a sniper, and he's goated at that. Maybe not on that Van Ogre or Yasop level yet, but still crazy. And then Nami's one of the greatest navigators on the planet. That's her job. And then I don't want to forget these two goats.
The goats.
Mary is technically S tier, one of the greatest moments in series history. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And Sunny's not there yet, but he will be there. This is the ship that will carry the Pirate King to the Promised Land. But obviously, in terms of strength, these guys, they're just ships. But then who knows? Do you think Usopp has an attack that can defeat a ship? Technically, Pop Greens. Even Usopp latest with the Funk
realistically, every single Straw Hat can body a ship in one shot.
But Sunny Tank Big Mom, that's probably
about as accurate as you can get.
Yeah, the definitive, because this is one-on-one. This isn't like.
I do think that there is.
This is like your overall strength, because obviously matchups wise, if Jinbei gets water on Luffy, even but this is just the overall matchup wise. Is there any?
For argument's sake, Sanji should be up there.
Nah, he shouldn't be S tier because
Strength-wise, I think so.
No.
I think he will surpass Jinbei. Like,
But he will still never. He will still never be S. You have to think about it this way. In Whole Cake, hold on. In Whole Cake, base Luffy was tanking Diablo Jamba Sanji,
Do you really
right?
think that Diablo Jambei Sanji was going 100% all out?
No, 100%, obviously. But tell you this much, base Luffy cannot, and obviously he still almost got knocked out by Sanji. Sanji's not a weakling, but base Luffy cannot tank Ashura Zoro, nor can he tank Jinbei's top tier Fishman Karate attacks. Luffy needs at least Gear 2 or 3 to defeat Jinbei, and he needs Gear 4 to defeat Zoro full power. That's why even though Luffy's a captain and therefore should always be stronger than Zoro, Zoro is close because Luffy has had a couple, 3 in particular, Don Flamingo, Cracker, and Katakuri, major fights for his Haki to Bloom and game experience that Zoro hasn't. Zoro's training during the time skip and his portrayal post time skip, plus the fact that he's hiding his Anise lobby power-ups that Luffy and Sanji have been spamming, makes that gap minuscule. It is smaller. Zoro's goated in that sense, but we have to see. Wano is going to give maybe not everyone a power-up, but everyone their true portrayal at currently. You know, everyone's going to push their limits, whether they win or lose the war. Even more than that, everything. But yeah, that pretty much concludes the video, guys. Power scaling and ranking the Straw Hats by tiers.
Thanks for listening to my thoughts as well.
Alright, y'all. Hope you enjoyed the video with my boy Daniel. Like, subscribe, comment if you enjoyed it. I'm about to be putting out more content like this. Modern Fiction out.